Okay, great. So let's start off. So firstly, guys, thanks for making it out here. It's absolutely fantastic to be here myself. And a very big namaste to all of you out here from the Polkadot Decoded team as well, and for the rest of the world, from a very young and vibrant community that I'm proudly presenting to you all today. That's Polkadot India. I'm Ananya Mohapatra, the Polkadot India community lead, and we are here to discuss a very critical problem any or every global project out here is facing today, and that's the availability of skilled blockchain developers. Now, what's the issue at hand and what we are going to be doing about it? Let's talk a little more on this. At any point, if you wish to clarify something, I'd request you to hold on to that thought or maybe drop it in the Q&A chat box over here, and I'll gladly interact with all of you on it a little later into the session. And also at any point, feel free to join us and dive into the Polkadot India community action. I'm sharing the link. We're sharing the link over here in the chat box again. So yeah, you can have a look at us and what we're out to do. Now, to start off with, I would like to know who's with us here today. So how about we get to know you a little better? So there's a quick poll that's going to be on your screen right now. So let's check out the synergies out here and what describes you best. So let's see that. Great. So we have our votes in. So we have 43.9, that's 44.7% now of developers, 6.4% entrepreneurs, 6.4% marketers or community builders, 8.2% investors, and 34.7% enthusiasts. And fantastic, it's a great mix out here, very evidently, and especially love the fact that our max 44.9% of developers are out here, because that's primarily what I'm going to be talking about. So now let me just quickly share my screen and take you through a little something. Okay, so basically, guys, what's the issue at hand again and what we are doing out here? So Polkadot India, firstly, we are out here to empower the Indian Polkadot and the blockchain ecosystem. And this is a discussion on getting the best of developers out there into the Web3 world and the Web3 ecosystem. Now, let's start with a few stats, to make things a little interesting and give you a view of what's happening out here. Now, in India, we have about 2.6 million STEM graduates. That's your science, technology, engineering, and math graduates. We have over 5.8 million developers in India. Over 200K IT graduates come out every year, and 75% of global digital talent also lies here. We're also the second largest English-speaking country in the world, which makes it very feasible to work with Indian developers. And by 2024, with the rate at which we are all growing, India will have the world's largest developer base with a growth rate of 39%. So that is what is happening out here, guys. And now, after this, let me say that how did this all begin? Let me take you through a short story and what has been happening. Now, introducing Polkadot India, like I said, it's a pan-India community of substrate developers and entrepreneurs and enthusiasts and marketers. And it's a mix of all of you who are out here to make something new, to build something new. Now, substrate is a promising technology. And while building on it, we felt the need for a local community that could support us through our journey. Now, it did not exist, and that is when we decided to start building it. And our team comes from a history of community building. So members of our team have built some of India's largest startup and developer communities already. And we have the necessary reach and influence to build a 10,000 member substrate developer community fairly quickly. Now, this development firepower could not only trigger a wave of blockchain innovation in the Indian subcontinent, but also serve the needs of substrate-based projects around the world. Now, in the current future, in the near future, we are planning to launch a technical coding scholarship program as well. And this is going to be modeled in the lines of the Lambda School, and probably even supported by a recruitment consultancy to make these initiatives self-sustainable. Now, training people on substrate doesn't happen in isolation. We need people to understand the nuances of decentralized products and the token-based economics. So that's why we are here to build cohorts as well, wherein we are also clubbing in aspiring and existing entrepreneurs, and also those every single job profile or every single profile that will complement these developers. Now, left to our resources, it would take us 5 years to easily reach that 10,000 developer milestone. But the active support that we have been getting constantly from Web3 and Parity in many ways possible, including the technical expertise. So we should be able to achieve it in less than 2 years. So a big shout out on that note to the entire team at Parity. So now all of this going on in our head, it comes down to what you see on your screen. That's why Polkadot India. Now it's simple. India has one of the largest concentration of developers, but very few of them have actually been trained in the actual languages that are required in Web3 development. And Polkadot is the leading blockchain out here, and yet India is like, the developers out here are completely devoid of that kind of knowledge as to what's happening out there in the ecosystem, or they are unaware of how to build on the Polkadot chain. Also, aspiring developers and stuff out here, they are always on the lookout for solid training programs, and they want to do this in support of their already ongoing courses. So we are here to kind of combine all of this and give out the right kind of education and make sure people are trained right to get out into the best of projects globally and leave a mark as Indian developers, which is not too far away a dream. And moving on, so what did we come to beyond that? So our Polkadot India initiatives, primarily, I'll take a quick brief on that. So firstly, we have something called Dot Friday, which is a monthly webinar series we have with actual global Web3 leaders. And we have completed 10 successful chapters. It's been an absolutely fantastic journey out there, because we've had some of the best projects coming in and the top leaders coming in and giving out some great sessions. And we've got great compliments from the audiences as to how amazing their learning experiences have been from these leaders. So we will come to that a short showcase on this as well a little later. But my primary focus today will be something we also call Substrate Saturday. Now, this started off back in December 2021, wherein we did our first boot camp. And this is primarily for developers who are interested in building on Substrate. And after we finish the first boot camp in February, we are coming up with our next one in July. And this is curated by an in-house team of Substrate mentors with a custom curriculum suiting the Indian developer sensibilities. And our vision is to place 1,000 plus developers by the end of 2023. So that's something we are really excited about. Moving on, so basically this is what the Substrate issue is, and we are kickstarting this journey. And this is a shout out to all you developers out here to come by, because we are starting things from scratch and we are going deep into the fundamentals. We are going to have live hands-on coding. You're going to have one-on-one mentorship, and that's what's going to make a difference, because by the end of it, what we have is recruitments waiting. And I'll come to that again a tad bit later. So a little more details for all you devs out here. It's great. I'm really excited that a lot of devs out here. So a great place to say this, but it's a free 3-month boot camp with 6 interactive sessions. That's the actual bootcamp Substrate curriculum that we are following. However, it's a 3-month course wherein every alternate Saturday might be the bootcamp, but every other alternate Saturday will be a special guest session by actual industry leaders, tech leaders who you can interact with and you can learn from. Right, so this the boot camp primarily that will happen every alternate Saturday starting July 9th. That will be covering the fundamentals. We are going to be covering foundation level curriculum, and this is in sync with the global Substrate standards that is set by Parity and Web3 Foundation itself. And also we are very particular that one has to be a developer. He or she has to have a basic ground knowledge of coding and any language, absolutely, to make things easier. And yeah, it also includes live one-on-one mentoring and working on projects if required. And someone smart enough can always hop on. We have enough internships already lining up from various projects. So that will be exciting again. Now, what also lies at the end of this is, of course, a certificate, and you get your access to all your knowledge resources. And also you'll have your extra sessions with industry leaders. So you know that this is not just a one-on-one training, but also a live hands-on experience with what's happening in the industry out there. So I'll dive in a little deeper into the curriculum and what we plan to cover. Like I said, there are 6 sessions of this. So in the first session, we'll be covering the entire fundamentals of Rust, the unique memory safety, hello world, types and variables, operators and scope. effective management, understanding stack and heap, advanced types, that's structs and enums, basic trait implementation, packages, crates, and modules. Followed by, we'll have live hands-on traits in the second session, wherein you'll have generics and lifetimes. That's we'll have live hands-on again in traits coupling with generic types, storages, collections, maps and arrays, that is functional language features like iterators and closures. Now, there's a reason why I'm taking you through this in detail. It's only because just in case you are genuinely interested, I think all of this will excite you already. And also, if you ever want to recap this, we continuously keep sharing details of this bootcamp on all our media handles. So do connect, and also feel free to DM any of us admins if you need any further information about this particular bootcamp. Again, session 3, we'll be doing a short recap and then followed by the substrate framework, wherein we'll be doing usage and working, substrate code structure, understanding node, palettes, runtime, configuration, and the whole 9 yards. And this is when your assignments also start. And we noticed this was one of our learnings, in fact, from the previous bootcamp, that everyone's excited, everyone's loving the course and all of that. But when it comes to assignments, people are quite shy away. And we've been trying to track how to crack the gap over there. And I think what will matter is these assignments are important if you want to be placed by the end of this bootcamp, right? And these are opportunities you don't really want to let go of. So that's the catch over here this time around. So if we've made it mandatory to attend all 6 sessions, unless there's a crazy emergency that we can cover up with. And so are the assignments and tasks, because it's very important for us to track the growth of every single developer that's coming out to train with us. And we are very much responsible for you, and we are responsible for the projects we are giving you too. So, it's a win-win from both ends, for both ends, if we take this seriously, if you're coming on board, guys. So, and moving on to session 4, 5, and 6. So at 4, we'll be doing substrate kitties backend, and again, there'll be take-home assignment. In session 5, we'll have live interactions with the developers to demo their codes. We'll have live improvisation and implementations along with the mentors. And finally, we'll end it with substrate kitties front end, running and understanding the full application. So basically, we end on the 10th of September. And that brings me to the other section that I was telling you, that every alternate other Saturday, we will be having special guest sessions. So far, we have, the top tech leads from projects like Polkadot, A-Star, and Unique Network already in. We're also in touch with the Parity Tech team, and hoping that one of them also come on board. And that is something that's going to be amazing if we get Sasha or someone on board to come and deliver something of value to our community out here. So this is something that comes within the 3-month training boot camp. So that should add a lot of value. And we have some great partnerships going on, wherein these guys have come on board simply to, one, educate in any way the tech side of things to our developers who join on board or are in the community. And secondly, to all those developers who have outshined the entire crowd and have done a good job with the entire substrate bootcamp. So these guys will be waiting at the end of it all. So that is something to really look out for, because everyone wants some great devs out there, and these are some great projects doing amazing things. So if you crack it, it can't get easier than this with a free 3-month bootcamp. So yeah, this is our plan, our vision to place 1,000+ developers is something that matters a lot to us at this point of time. And we have great partnerships. Again, while they are our recruitment partners and education partners, we have community enablers who help us in many ways, be it our outreach or reaching out to institutes and other developers and Web2 communities who are willing to adopt to Web3 culture, and all kinds of tech related connections and networks. These are the guys who help us, get out there and be known to the right focused groups. So yeah, a big shout out to these guys as well. Hack to Skill, Head Start, Wow Labs, our founding company, of course. This has been great so far. And now we are also, what we are doing at the through this entire program. Like, while it's not a part of the Substrate bootcamp, we want all the developers to know that this is happening. And so what we've done is we are actually reaching out to institutes out here in India, and we are connected to 50 plus colleges already in the past month. And we are starting something called the Web3 Advocate Program, wherein each lead from or a representative from an institute joins us as a Web3 advocate or a Polkadot India advocate. And he is someone who grabs those developers who are keen on making it big out there. So if he knows or she knows that in their institute there are those focus few who are interested in learning Substrate, who are interested in taking the Web3 line of things in as being a developer, and so they get together and be a part of our community and learn, and they get a lot of additional benefits in that way, in terms of placements with our partners or the one-on-one mentorship. So these are the guys that we are kind of scouting for, who are eventually, if they end up performing well or doing well and building a strong community within themselves, then that goes on to becoming a Polkadot India ambassador as well at a later point of time, maybe. So this is something, again, we are very excited to do, because it's quite a very inspiring, a very energized bunch that we have been meeting, who are genuinely excited. And it's great to see the developer energy out here, and that's what's keeping us going. So yeah, basically, even if any of you out here are still studying and would like to form a little community of your own within your institute, we can always help you out and guide you right, and probably even help you with your recruitments. So yeah, do connect again if you want to go down this path. And so basically, this is what's been happening from the Substrate Saturday front. And that's what we are basically focusing on currently. But what's more, like I said a tad bit earlier, is Dot Friday. It's our monthly webinar series with global Web3 leaders, right? So we have done 10 chapters successfully. Great themes again: DeFi, DAOs, NFTs, gaming, metaverse, advanced NFTs, advanced games, and P2E, and it's a lot more coming up. So it was just great conversations and top Polkadot projects coming on board: Punk Network, Platinum, Anmol, Akala, Behold This, Unore. So many great speakers, and it was all very insightful to many out here, including the best of the leaders out here as well, who found it inspiring and thought this a great move. And this is something we do to basically educate our entire community about everything that's happening in the ecosystem. So while Substrate Saturday is focused on training developers, we also believe that a holistic overview of things always helps, and it also will help the other profiles that are quite thriving lately beyond the tech fields as well. So yeah, basically we've been at it, and we've been doing a couple of things, and we have event archives people can revisit anytime. We shoot out educational videos. In fact, we are going to do a lot more. We are planning a vernacular version of things. We do a lot of collaborations, and we have a Medium blog to educate people. We have newsletters and educational content going out, and that leads us to, since our growth scope, so since September 2021, we have built a focused 13K plus community, and this is something we can proudly call people who are legit interested and are in it because they're in it. And beyond that, we have 20 plus community leaders on board. We've done 15 plus virtual events already. We have 8 plus cohorts now, and we have very proudly won the Polkadot Treasury Grant twice. So very happy and humbled to have received this kind of a support from the Parity team, and for them to always have believed in us and our vision ahead. So that's us since September, and what's ahead is a lot more coming up. We have support activations. Like we said, we are getting guest speakers on board, the tech leaders who are going to not just talk about building projects, but actually diving into the what happens behind the developer scene. So that's happening. A lot of Twitter Spaces, interactions, events. So that's coming up definitely. More partnerships, because there are so many projects out there. And like I said, the most common problem out here is everyone's on the lookout for developers. So yeah, just more partnerships so that more projects come on board and help us place amazing developers too. Community engagement as well. Activations, contests are always on the go, but we also have exciting stuff coming, including national meetup. So this is basically to just keep the goodwill alive out here and have that community feel already, because we're all lost in it's a web out there, right? So it's everyone is doing it, everyone is saying the same thing. So how does one stand out, right? So that's why we believe in closely holding our community together, so that we feel the vibe, and together as Polkadot India just grow bigger. And that's where the community engagement hopefully will come handy. Influencers coming on board, but not in the traditional sense. We want the right people to say the right things to the right audiences. So what we need is not something commercial or something that will just attract anyone or everyone. We need legit developers coming in, people who want to learn, people who want to build, people who want to do something path-breaking. And these people don't listen to just about everyone. They have those few iconic people they probably listen to or watch. And these are the kind of influencers we want to reach out to, so that they believe in our vision too, and probably reach out to the best of you, and just get our community growing in a very focused way again. And PR and media initiation, that just goes with the flow. It's only again to get that validation while being lost in that web of everyone doing the same thing and everything. How does one stand out is that validation that you are doing it right and you are standing out. So there's a lot on that front coming, wherein we need to have that fight going. And that's when, again, the top leaders coming on board. Our mission always is helping. The best of projects coming on board is really helping. So hoping that this round of the boot camp is going to be fantastic, and good takeaways from there. And also, we are definitely hosting our first hackathon soon. So that, again, for the developers out here is a great opportunity, because we know for a fact that there are many who are like going to hackathons left, right, center. They love it. They ace it. They are great at it. So it's time we have our own. So that is something, again, that the developers out here must watch out for. And yeah, sure. So basically, like I said, there is a bombardment of free Web3 knowledge. So how does an aspiring developer choose, right? Like, how does one know, like, this is the right education and this is what I want to listen to, and this is going to get me somewhere, right? So basically, yeah, that's where all of you come in. That is why I am here on a platform like this, wherein it's a great validation to be saying it in this platform, that our vision out here to train the developers right and to place them right, because we know our teams being from the tech background, we know the gaps that are to be filled out here, or the lack of developers that every single project is facing out here. So it's as simple as, we know that we have the strength out here in India. It's just about converting that Web 2 developer mode to Web 3 developer mode. And for the kind of strengths that we Indians come with, our developer base, it's amazing opportunities out there. And it's definitely something that it's not going to be too hard for you to crack. And so, yeah, it's about motivating every single developer out here. So for all of you who are out here, basically one big request, and why I'm here to say, is that join our community, support our mission, spread the word. If you know developers who are genuinely keen on doing things right, or growing right, or being in the right place at the right time, I think you should just, that one little shout out from your end will definitely make a big move. And also just join in the community action. It's always great when great speakers come by and they interact with people who are legit as you, instead of just probably something that comes out by bots. And so, yeah, that's our focus, building that legit community. So having said that, let me say a little something about our team out here. So we are basically the founding team is by the founder of Wow Labs and something called Socially Protocol. It's an amazing Web3 project that's coming up again. And Amit Singh, he's our founder. This is our team, and a very hardworking one, a very funky one, and we love the energy out here, and that's what's keeping us going. So that's us. And just another shout out again to just follow us on any of our channels, or simply reach out to me or any of the Polkadot India admins if you want to share anything, learn anything, get somewhere, build a project, whatever is on your mind. I think we can talk and we can make things happen. So that is about it. I shall stop sharing my screen, and yeah, I think we can open the chat maybe if I'm pretty much done. So if anyone has, okay. So we have a couple of questions. Do you see Web3 quickly being integrated into current university degrees in web development in India like it is in UK? It's already in the talks, if I'm not wrong. And if not, there are many interesting courses that have already started, and in fact, even we are planning to start something similar. So it's not too far when it happens because things are already happening out there. So I hope that that answers your question. And okay, would it be open to? No, it's not open to only Indian developers. This is our way to push the Indian developers to come out and not shy away and just make that step into the world of Web3. That's why we want to pump them up. But feel free from anywhere around the globe, join in, and yeah, we'll make things happen. So that's fine. Okay, Mohammed, how can I apply in this bootcamp? Can you kindly share the link? Sure. Sure. Kavya, if you're around, can you just share the link where Mohammed can register and everyone can register, please? Yes, that will be online program, Raza. So, yes. Okay. I think those are the questions. Do we have any more questions, guys? All yours. Okay, do we need to be of legal age not to be a developer? I don't think so, but provided you know coding, basically. Yes, we have a Telegram channel, Ayush Singh. Kavya, can you also share our Telegram channel, please? How do we join for the ambassador program? How about you guys just join Twitter, and I'll make sure that we post all the right links out there in the next day or two. And, probably you can join in all the action and you'll have all the right links over there. I think tomorrow we should be able to put up something for you guys. Okay. I'm a technical manager, need to start with Web3 to understand the platform. Great, Rajesh. I think that's the best thing. You need to start with us then. So I think the link above should help you there. Just join in. I think it should be great, because from our past experience, people who just started off still found it very easy to understand and started enjoying it pretty early into the camp itself. So yeah, just join in. Okay. If no more questions, guys, also feel free to introduce yourselves, drop in your Twitter handles, your LinkedIn handles, and if you want to connect, and maybe we can connect back with you, right? And if any entrepreneurs out there, keep following us on Dot Fridays. It is really inspiring. It's really exciting too. So yeah, can anyone join the bootcamp? There's no selection procedure. Our only requirement is that you are a developer, or you have some basic knowledge of coding. It can be any language. So as long as you have that, you're good. Yeah. Okay. Super, guys. So if that is it, I think it's time. Rotem, thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for the great interaction, and hoping to connect with a lot of you from today, and hoping to see a lot of you devs out at our bootcamp. Thanks for the support. Do believe in our vision. Everything does take time, and it's slow and steady, but we are getting there. So thanks, guys. Be a part of all the action, and thank you again for being so patient with me today. Have a great evening, guys.